Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Python Tutorials. Here we'll explore tech, tutorials and so much more.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Prachi Arora, an engineering student, and I am here doing my community service for community development project by teaching Python on YouTube. So this is the 30-hour Python bootcamp and this is the lecture 8. I have already uploaded 7 lectures, so make sure to watch them. They are in the playlist. Okay. So in the last lecture, I told you about for loop and the range function. I hope you understand the concepts because for loop is very important. Of course, range is also very important. I will review it for you. For loop was when you need to iterate through a sequence or a string, you use for loop. It keeps on iterating over the list or sequence or string until it reaches the last element. And as for range function is used to generate a sequence for loop. Okay. And in today's lecture, I will tell you about some important statements. That's break, continue, and pass. These are called control flow statements. Okay. So let's continue with the homework. First of all, I gave you this homework of printing the decreasing pattern of a pyramid. Okay, I hope you have completed this homework. I gave you a hint to use -1 as step in range function, right? So I hope you have completed this. If you haven't completed it, please pause and complete the homework first of all. So let me show you how it is done. Okay. First of all, let me tell you what happens when we take step. When we take step equals to -1 in range. What happens here? The answer is the range goes backwards. Then we have to take the starting step as the last element, as the first element, the greatest number as the first element, starting number, and then the smaller one. It will run up to only 1, okay, and this -1. And what output it will give you? It will say 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. 0 will be skipped as you know, because it's the ending element. Okay, it is skipped. So let's solve this problem now. Yeah. First of all, again we will be taking num, or let's take n. Input. Enter your number. Okay. And after that you will be having here for loop. For I in range. Now what will our range be? We have to go from 1 to 5 like that. If we are taking n equals to 5, we need this output. So it's starting with n itself and then ending at 1. So what will be taking? 0 and step -1. And here again, like the last example, for loop once more. For j in range. Now its range should be reciprocal to reversed, right? So it will have here I is n, that is 5. So it will have a range of I, 0, -1. Okay, and then again same print j and equals to space. and out of this for loop, print this. You see, this is the whole solution to the problem. Very easy, right? I hope you all understand this. I will explain it again for you. For example, we are taking here n equals to 5, and then here our range will be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? But for now, I is equals to 5 because that's the starting element. You see? And I is equal to 5. And here it goes inside the for loop, and another for loop is there. Here j is equal to I, that is equal to 5. Okay, so j is equal to 5, and here it prints. I will show you the output in the output over here. Okay, here it prints 5 space, and then it goes up here in the line 17 again, and its step is -1, so I becomes 4. Not I is 5. J becomes 4, and then again J is printed as 4 space, becomes 3. Like that it becomes 3, 2, 1. Okay, and when it reaches 1, the loop is terminated here. It goes up there again in I, 16th line, and here I becomes 4, and here J becomes 4 2. Next line we will have 4, 3, 2, 1, like that. Okay, so let's run it and see how it works. We'll enter my number as 5 and see. It's giving the correct output to us, right? That's what we wanted. I'll show you again. Let's take a large number. If I take 15 here, see how beautiful it is, right? So that is it for the for loop and range function. Okay, and in today's lecture, that is, let me make a new file, that is lecture 8. I will be telling you about the control flow statements. What is it? Control flow statements. And what comes in it? That is break, continue, and pass. These are the control flow statements, and they help to control the execution of loops, that is for or while loop. Okay, they let you modify the default behavior of the loop, such as break is used for stopping early, continue is used for skipping an iteration or doing nothing temporarily, break is used to stop the loop early, continue is used to skip an iteration, and pass is for doing nothing temporarily. Okay, pass statement is very used very less in here, but it is used. I will tell you about it. What are the usage of it? Okay, so we will be going over these topics. First of all, let's focus on the break statement in Python then. Okay, so break statement in Python is used to exit or break out of a loop. Like a loop is going on and suddenly a condition occurs. We give a condition that if this condition occurs, the loop should be terminated. And then the loop goes, and when that condition is reached, the loop break statement is applied, executed, and it immediately exits the loop. And the control moves to the next line of the code after the loop. Okay, like I will tell you an example. I will give you an example with for loop. First of all, let's say using for loop. Okay, like if we take for I in range 0 to 7. Now here we will be giving a condition. First of all we have to check. I want that when the loop reaches 5, it should terminate. Okay, if I equals to 5, and simply here break. Okay, see, it's immediately getting out of the indentation also, because after break nothing makes sense in that block. But we will be having here print I. Okay, so when first of all I is 0 gets printed because 0 is not equal to 5. 1 2 3 4 and up to 4 it gets printed, and when I becomes 5 it exits the loop. And let me print up here print done. Okay, let me show you. See, it's saying 0 1 2 3 and 4, and after that done. It comes out of the loop. All right, it's very simple, right? Nothing difficult in this that you won't understand. And if I go for the same in while loop, we will be having I equals to 0, the iterator will be there, while I less than 7, if I equals to 5, break, and here print I, and I will be changed to plus equals to 1. Okay, let's run it again. 0 1 2 3 4, and after when the I reaches 5, the loop is terminated. Let me show you a trick. If we remove the print statement from here and put it before the condition, when I becomes 5, it prints 5, and then after that the loop breaks. You will see now 5 will be printed too. 0 1 2 3 4 5. See that? So it matters where you put the break in your code. Okay, if you put it above the condition, if you put the condition after the code will be executed for that particular number or sequence, and if you put the condition before the code, then it will not be executed for that number. It will break before that. So that is it for the break statement. So, break statement is basically used to exit or break out of a loop. Okay. Now let's continue to the continue statement. We have here continue statement. Okay. So what does continue do? Continue statement is a loop control statement again. It forces to execute the next iteration of the loop while skipping the current iteration. Okay, that is, when the continue statement is executed in the loop, the code inside the loop following the continue statement will be skipped for the current iteration, and the next iteration of the loop will begin. Okay. Its syntax is same as the break. Let me show you the example. For I in range, we'll be taking the same range 0,7. If I equals to 5, continue, and then print I. Okay, I'll run it, and you see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 6. 5 is being skipped. Continue statement is skipping the code for the current iteration and moving to the next iteration, that is 6. Okay, that's it for the continue statement. Let's see if I increase the number here, then only 5 will be skipped, and up to 9 the numbers will be printed. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 is skipped here. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So you are done with the break statement and continue statement. These two are the basically the most important control flow statements used to modify the loop or control the loop by breaking the loop in between or skipping an iteration. But we also have a third control flow statement, that is pass. As its name suggests, it just passes. It is a null operator or a empty placeholder, an empty placeholder. Okay, it is used when a statement is syntactically required, but we don't want to execute any code. It does nothing but allows us to maintain the structure of our program, like the same for loop for I in range 0 to 10. If I equals to 5, pass. We don't want anything to be there, like we don't want to break the code or we don't want to skip any iteration, so we put the pass here, but writing the if block is necessary here. Okay, so we put pass and then we print I. You see, when I run it, all of the numbers are printed: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Everything is printed. But what happens if I don't put anything? It will give us an error. You see, it's giving indentation error because we expected an indented block after the if statement, because we can't write only the if statement and not what happens if the condition is met, right? So we use pass statement as an empty placeholder, so it doesn't give an error in these cases. You might be thinking why the pass statement is used, then like just remove the if part, right? For that I will tell you there is something called functions. And when we define a function, sometimes we need to revise the requirements or something like that. And so we just define the function for now, but we don't give the code inside it, that what that function will do. So until for the meantime, while we decide what to write in the code of that, we use pass statement so it doesn't give us an error. Okay, this was in mainly the control flow statements. Let me give you some examples. I hope you understand this now. The flow control statements I told you about: break, continue, and pass. Break is used to exit the loop or break out of the loop, you can say, right? And continue is used to skip the current iteration and force the code to go to the next iteration. While pass is used as a null operator or an empty placeholder, just so our code doesn't give us error. Okay, so what we can do now is I will tell you how to use break in the nested loops. To terminate the nested loop, we use break statement inside the inner loop. We will be taking break in nested loops. Okay. We'll be taking an example in which we are writing a multiplication table. Okay. We will take two ranges in here, the first range and the second range. Like for I in range 1 to 11, so it runs till 10, and then for j, wait a minute, we can print here so we know what it's printing. Multiplication table of I. Okay, and another for loop for j in range again 1 to 11. Now let's apply the break statement for 5. Like if I greater than 5 and j greater than 5, break. When both I and j will be greater than 5, it will break. Else we can go for print I multiply by j comma n equals to, okay, and again print, so it's printed in different line. Let me run it for you. You see here the multiplication table of 1 first of all. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 also. But when the j and I becomes greater than 5, like in 6 table of 6, here I equals to 6, that is greater than 5, and there we have used and j is greater than 5 also. So when j reaches 6 also, it is empty here. The inner loop breaks and it goes again out to the outer loop and I becomes 7. And again here when j becomes 6, it breaks and goes to the outer loop. Like this it has continued to the 10. Now if I use OR operator instead of AND, what do you think will happen? See, this is the result. And then if I just go for AND, and if I go for I equal to 5 and j equal to 5, and then run it. You see, only this much, only the table of 5 is not here then. Okay, so I hope you understand how it works. But if you want to apply the break in the outer loop, let's say if I apply this break in the outer loop here, what do you think will happen? See, table of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't break here because we haven't got j here. We have to use I greater than 5. Here we have an unexpected indentation here. Now let's run it. You see, it works only till the multiplication table of 5, and then the loop terminates. Okay. This is how you use break statement in the nested loops. Okay. So let me give you some more examples. What happens if here plus x? Here if we use continue, and we have to give equal to. What will happen if there will be j equals to 5? What do you think will be happening here? So you can see here the iteration of 5 is being skipped in every one of these. See, 5 is missing, and then 10 is missing here, 15 is missing here, 20 is missing here. So it's skipping the iteration of 5 and moving to the next one. Okay. I think that's it for break, continue, and pass statements. Let me look for some more practice questions. Let's practice, output questions, I would say. In exam and all, you need to know what the block of code is giving as an output. So let me give you an example. Let's start with the simple ones first of all. I equals to 10. Okay. While I greater than 0, I minus equals to 3. If I equals to 4, break, and then print I. What do you think will be the output here? Let me show you. First of all, I is 10 and 10 is greater than 0. Okay, so it goes inside. Here I becomes 7. Is 7 equal to 4? No. So if statement doesn't work, it goes up there. 7 greater than 0, it works. Then minus 3 again. 7 becomes 4. And is 4 equal to 4? Of course. It works and it enters the if statement. and when it enters the if statement, break statement is executed and it exits the overall while loop and print I. Now at the last I was 4, so 4 is printed. Using 4. Okay. Let me look for another example. Let's take one of continue. For I in range 1 to 6 if I modulus 2 equal to 0, continue. If I equals to 5, break. And here print I. What do you think will be the output of this code? Try to solve it yourself. Use a copy pen, write the logic and see how it helps. See here I will be 1. And then is I modulus 2, 1 modulus 2 equals to 0? No. Then it comes to the next if statement. Is 1 equals to 5? Of course not. So it will print I. The output here will give you 1. Then it goes to 2. 2 modulus 2 is equal to 0. Yes. It continues, it skips this part. Next 3 modulus 2 not equal to 0. 3 is not equal to 5, so it prints in the next line 3. Then 4 is 4 modulus 2 0. Yes, continue, skip. Iteration is skipped. Next 5 is modulus 2 is not equal to 0, but 5 equals to 0. 5 equals to 5. So the loop is broken and it comes out. So the output is 1 and 3. Let's run it and see. See, 1 and 3. Okay. Let's look for another example. Let's take a string. We have text equals to, let's take Python. Okay. And then we have a result equals to empty string. This is called empty string. Okay. For ch in, that's correct, in text, it will iterate over the whole text string here, that's Python. If ch in, I told you about this membership operator, a, e, I, o, u, continue. Okay. Or result plus equals to ch. I told you about string concatenation, right? This is what we are using here. And we print the result. So it will iterate over, first of all, p is not in a, I, o, u, y is not there, o is there. So only O will be skipped and rest of it will be printed. Let's see. See, it's printed Pythn, right? I will just remove the scribble tutorials. Now here U, O, I and A also won't be printed. You see, Pythn, TTRLS. Okay? I hope you understand this all. Let me see if I have another good example to show you. Let me give you another example, like if we give text equals to, this is a string of words and then for I equals to, for I in range, say text, if I equals to space, break, otherwise print I and equals to. Okay, so what do you think will be the output of this? We have text equals to, this is a string, so I starts to iterate from this capital T. We have to check condition that I is equal to space T H I S, and then it reaches space and it enters the if condition and sees break. The loop is immediately terminated and it comes out. So only this is printed. Now what happens if I remove the end here? So only print I. You see, it's printed in next lines, PHIS, like that. So in these kind of cases, always use them, or just make a empty string and add that string. After that, concatenate it and then print that new string, right? So let me give you an homework for now. Okay, so this is the homework for you for today's lesson. You have to make the digital stock checker and use continue in that. Okay, in it you run a digital, for example, you run a digital warehouse and want to print a list of item numbers available for shipping, but you must skip out of stock items. Okay, so in instructions we have to set up a for loop for range 1 to 11 to loop through the 10 storage racks. Now imagine the rack number 4 and 7 are completely empty. And inside the loop, use an if statement to check if current rack number is equal to 4 or equal to 7. If it matches 4 or 7, use the continue statement to skip the rest of the code block and jump straight to the next rack iteration. Otherwise, print shipping items successfully from rack, whatever the rack is, following the rack number. Okay, so it's very simple one. I hope you will all will be able to do it very easily. It will hardly take you a few minutes. So make sure you do the homework. Take a screenshot or note down the important points. Okay, so that's it for today. I told you all about the break, continue, and pass statements, that are the controls flow statements, which means it is used to control the loop, modify the loop, and just used to execute the loop in the way in which we want. Okay, the break is used to finish the loop, exit the loop, or break out of the loop. Continue is used to skip the current iteration and move to the next iteration, and pass is the null operator. Alright, so that's it for today. I hope you all understood what I taught you. Make sure to practice the questions and do the homework also. Subscribe to my channel if you understood the concepts and like the video. So that's it for today. I will meet you in the next lesson. Thank you.